In today's fast-paced world, time seems to be accelerating. If you're as busy as me, you probably use the internet to help manage your life. Chances are that if you work for a large company, belong to a national organization, or attend a university, then you routinely log in to those agencies' websites via the internet to obtain information, register for an event, check a schedule, assess progress, or communicate with others having the same interest. In doing so, you are using an enterprise information portal where all things related to that organization can be found in one online centralized location hub. My name is Brent Paris, and this presentation will cover the subject of Enterprise Information Portals, or EIPs, a modern business tool that has transformed the online landscape and revolutionized the business world in the last 20 years or so. We will take a brief look at EIPs, from their beginnings and history up to the modern era, and outline their utility and uses, as well as their advantages and disadvantages, followed by a brief summary of our findings. Enterprise portals are gateways for people to access an organization's website content and its interconnected link web pages. At Jacksonville State University, most students and faculty are readily familiar with the websites jsu.edu, blackboard.com, and myjsu. These are just a few examples of EIPs and illustrate the functionality of how EIPs simplify our lives. By assembling the most commonly sought information and activities together in one place, EIPs provide a convenient platform for people to get things done quicker, faster, and more efficiently. Before we look at how enterprise portals are used, let's take a quick look at their origin and history. In the early 1990s, the internet was first made available to the public, with companies like AOL, Yahoo, and Excite leading the way. In quick succession, businesses, universities, and nonprofits began to see the potential that similarly designed software could offer for their organizations. Enterprise portals began to proliferate. Within a decade, countless companies and colleges across the United States had proprietary portals in place. In the modern era, enterprise portals are virtually ubiquitous, and almost every large company has either already made the transition to online administrative management or will be making the transition soon as a matter of necessity. According to recent polls, approximately 85% of large businesses and 31% of small businesses have enterprise portals in place to help meet their company needs. In a survey of human resource administrators conducted in 2015 by SoftwareAdvice.com, 49% of the respondents said their company had an enterprise portal and used it. 19% had a portal but did not use it, and only 23% did not have a portal. The increased prevalence of portal usage is a trend that is projected to grow in the years ahead and will likely become a permanent fixture of business operations. Next, let's look at how portals offer utility. A portal is defined as an entrance or doorway, especially a grandiose one. In this sense, enterprise portals serve as doorways, or gateways, for people to access an organization's website, a sort of launching pad, so to speak. Having portals allows businesses, universities, and organizations to present themselves to many groups, including the public, employees, customers, business partners, and social circles. By facilitating ease of access and circulating relevant communication throughout an organization, EIPs help promote the organization's goals and objectives. Turning to the advantages of enterprise information portals, the use of EIPs brings a host of value-added benefits to an organization, including the following. Dispersal of information. EIPs help disseminate information across an organization, bringing everyone together, keeping everyone in the loop. This ensures that everyone is kept abreast of the latest news and developments. Companies with good organizational communication are more productive, more dynamic, more diverse, and have better employee morale. Speed. Because EIPs operate online, in real time, people have access to information almost instantaneously from the moment it is posted. This leads to less lag time and quicker response times. Consolidation. EIPs also add value to an organization by centralizing the informational authority. The content of EIPs are formulated by top administrative personnel, who pass the information along to IT personnel, who then post the information onto EIP message boards or email systems, keeping information flowing from a top-down manner. Cost reduction. EIPs can save organizations a lot of money, from thousands of dollars to billions of dollars, depending on the size of the organization. One of the main ways EIPs save money is through reduction of paperwork. Because EIPs spread information online, in the virtual realm, the need for hard copies is drastically reduced, saving on printing fees, shipping cost, and storage space. Before the advent of the Internet, companies had to print millions of copies of every essential document. Now, with an EIP in place, the same company can upload a single copy of the form online at great cost savings. Indeed, the cost reduction benefits of EIPs are one of the major reasons companies desire to develop them in the first place. Although enterprise portals have all the advantages previously described, they also have some disadvantages as well. Risk. The primary drawback of compiling a massive amount of data in a single place is that the data could potentially be breached. Even with the best and brightest IT professionals acting as gatekeepers, and even with the latest computer security software in place, breaches still occur, and data is sometimes compromised. For example, the campus portal of Jacksonville State University was breached in February 2016 and led to some students' personal information being posted online at another website. The situation was corrected within days, and the compromised data was removed from the illegal site by law enforcement authorities, but the event serves as a tacit reminder that EIPs are indeed vulnerable to intrusions and pose some degree of inherent risk. Costs. The costs associated with designing and maintaining a large-scale, comprehensive EIP are quite hefty, ranging from tens of thousands to millions of dollars, and many smaller organizations cannot afford the large upfront capital outlay required to operate an EIP. On the other hand, larger organizations that can afford the upfront expenditure and maintenance cost see large-scale savings on the back end, with significant return on investment savings. Despite the long-run cost savings appeal of EIPs, smaller organizations often find the initial startup cost prohibitive, which prevent them from being able to implement EIPs in their organizations. Thus, the costs associated with EIPs can serve as a barrier to entry into the EIP arena. Here is a side-by-side comparison of some of the major advantages and disadvantages involved with enterprise information portals. Each element has been previously discussed and should be given careful consideration. In the final analysis, EIPs appear to be a very effective tool in the field of organizational communication, allowing organizations to quickly, efficiently, and cheaply manage their communication needs. Even though there are some cost and security concerns associated with EIPs, the value-added benefits of EIPs have proven to exceed those downsides. Most large companies and organizations across the United States have weighed the trade-offs involved, recognized the potential value created, and elected to implement EIPs to gain the benefits outlined above. Moreover, the trend moving towards increased reliance on EIPs is expected to increase in the years to come, as the world increasingly moves towards cyber-based business models. Organizations that have portals will probably expand their usability. Organizations that lack portals may get left behind. Hopefully you found this presentation informative and learned a lot about enterprise information portals. To recap, we covered their introduction, their history, the uses and value-added utility they serve for businesses, weighed their advantages against their disadvantages, and came to a conclusion that EIPs are a valuable business management tool used by almost all large organizations in the modern era.